London's just months away from becoming the first place in the country which will have driverless cabs. You'll be able to order one on your mobile phone. But as trials continue, there's also concern. Johnny Harvey reports.
Self-driving cars, or Robo taxis, are due to be setting off around the capital this year.
Now what you see up here is a bar with multiple different cameras. They're taking in data from the real world. That data gets fed into our AI, and that AI is adapting to its surrounding environment.
Initially, they'll have a safety operator at the wheel, but for most of this test drive, the AI technology and the car are doing all the work.
Yeah, so there's obviously a lot to sort of pick up on there. There are some pedestrians crossing just up ahead there. The central camera can see pretty far ahead, so it can pick up on those signs. We've just got a red light appeared here, so that the car is obviously slowed down and come to a stop for that.
It's still in testing though, and Wave weren't able to show us every aspect of the car's functionality, including parking. But the intention is to eventually have completely autonomous taxis across the city. But first, these cars will have to prove how safe they can be.
We've been based in London and testing and developing our technology here since 2019. These systems will remove a lot of human error from how we drive today. So, they won't get fatigued, they don't get drunk, they don't answer their phone while they're driving.
Wave aren't alone in this field. They face competition from Waymo, whose cars are already operational in some US cities. And not everyone's convinced by this new style of travelling.
What happens when it gets a puncture? What happens when you get, a bumper knock in traffic, which happens all the time?
London presents a unique driving challenge. It has winding medieval roads, cyclists, zebra crossings and jaywalking pedestrians. But pending any bumps in the road, Londoners will be able to hail their own robo-taxi in the second half of this year. Johnny Harvey, BBC London.
A teenager has died after a stabbing in Peckham. The 19-year-old was stabbed on Rye Lane early yesterday evening. No arrests have been made, but police say officers will be more visible in the area as they ask anyone with information to come forward. The victim's next of kin have been informed. An outbreak of measles in several North London schools has led to health officials calling on parents and guardians to make sure their children are up to date with MMR vaccines. There's an outbreak in Enfield and Haringey. More than 60 cases are believed to have been reported. Measles can lead to serious health conditions, and it's not too late to be immunised.
We are providing vaccination catch-up clinics in the borough, particularly in half-term next week, and really would urge residents to go along to those. GPs are also looking through their records to identify unvaccinated patients.
A council in South London is trying to cut down on fly tipping by offering a pop-up rubbish dump. Croydon currently spends around £1 million a year to clear illegally tipped waste, while this trial will cost nothing. Here's Alison Earle.
Not the easiest of items to get rid of, but luckily they didn't have too far to carry it, as this is a rubbish dump with a difference.
We've actually brought down a sofa by hand today. It's been clogging up our hallway. I banged into it last night and it had to go. And given this is right on the doorstep, we thought it's easier than taking it down to the dump.
Are you glad to see the back of the sofa?
Yeah, it was so annoying because you couldn't get to any of the drawers and stuff.
Set up in a car park, it's the second time the council have held this.
We've got fly tipping issues, not just here in Croydon, but across the capital and across the country. And we're trying to find different and newer ways to help residents dispose of their waste in a proper way.
Well, so far we've had some prams, some kitchen appliances and even a huge wardrobe. But this is happening in a borough that's been bankrupt 3 times, so some might wonder how much it's costing.
It's a deal that we've done with our contractor to see the pilot, see how it works, and we want to keep it going but see whether we do it slightly differently going forward. So at the moment this is not costing council taxpayers.
So far it's proving popular in Croydon, so they're planning more, which could mean in future a trip to the tip might be something you can skip. Alison Earle, BBC London.
A London borough has made an urgent appeal to parents to get their children vaccinated after an outbreak of measles in Enfield led to children needing hospital treatment. There have been more than 30 confirmed cases and 60 suspected cases in the North London borough this year. It's thought low take-up of the MMR vaccine is behind the rise. Council leaders are now urging people to get the jabs.
In Enfield, in some parts of Enfield, as in some parts of London, we have a low vaccination uptake. And what that means is that people who are not vaccinated are at risk of catching measles. And because of how infectious it is, that risk has, become more present.
They can talk to their GPs, so people are ready and waiting to stop this spreading. So I would encourage everyone to get the vaccine, check their vaccine status, and protect their loved ones and our communities.
A murder investigation is underway after a 19-year-old man was stabbed to death in Peckham. The attack happened on Rye Lane at around 7 p.m. last night. So far, no arrests have been made, and detectives are urging anyone who was in the area yesterday evening to come forward. For the first time ever, a fleet of e-bike ambulances were trialled at a race in central London today. The new emergency vehicles have defibrillators, bleed control kits and communication radios, and are built to respond to patients at crowded events. The bikes had their debut today at the London Winter Run 10K event in Trafalgar Square, where 26,000 runners raised money for cancer research.